Hi everyone, I'm Rob Franek. I'm editor-in-chief here at the Princeton Review. Now, many of you have been anxiously awaiting to register and of course take the SAT, especially since the March, the May, and the June administrations of that same SAT were all canceled. But here's the thing, folks, the wait is over, at least for most of you. Priority registration opened up late last week, but who actually gets to register with priority status? It's the question on the minds of lots of students, their parents and counselors as well. Simply put, friends, you're eligible for priority registration if you're in the high school class of 2020 or 21 and you don't yet have an SAT score, or you registered for the June SAT or SAT subject test and didn't officially cancel your registration. Now, if you don't fall into one of those two groups, you can still register now, but you can only register for the November or December administration of that SAT. If you're looking for August, September, or October administrations of the SAT, then you'll need to wait until 8 p.m. Eastern Time on June 3rd, when general registration opens up for the SAT. But folks, keep in mind too that the SAT, as well as SAT subject tests, are given during each of the test dates except September, when only the SAT is being offered. Now, of course, as we talked about on YouTube several different times over the last couple of weeks, and fresh, of course, off the heels of the online submission problems and issues that were experienced by many students for the AP exam, the College Board site could not initially handle the volume of last week's registrations for the SAT. And we're going to say it out loud right here. There were many, many incredibly frustrated, deeply and importantly frustrated students, many of whom had their test dates canceled, sometimes more than months, and some students just last week reported that their credit cards were getting charged more than once, despite not actually getting the confirmation that they successfully registered for that new SAT date. Folks, this is stressful because the exams are important for college admission and of course for merit-based financial aid awards and of course for academic placement at so many schools. And it's stressful because there's a lot of backlog of students who registered for the March, the May, and the June administrations of that same SAT, and hundreds of thousands of students who would normally have taken the fall SAT if it were ordinary times. Now add all those facts together with the fact that public health restrictions may require limited seating capacity in some areas. Now, this very well may feel like a perfect storm for many students, especially if you're right in the middle of it. But here's where we hope that you'll find some solace. First, the College Board is actively working to add two things: testing centers as well as seats. So even if you can't find a test center when you first try to register, then try again. The College Board typically updates their system at noontime Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays each week. Now, they've promised that they'll post updates on all of their social media channels and send those same updates to students via email. Now, we'll of course be monitoring this same situation very closely here at Princeton Review, and we'll keep you posted here on YouTube as well as all of our social channels at the Princeton Review. Next, if you're worried about new test dates getting canceled yet again, and if you're counting yourself in this camp, you're fine because you're human to ask this question, but at least we can offer you this solace today. The College Board has said that if public health restrictions remain in place for the fall, then fall SAT exams will be administered online if those in-person testing centers are unavailable. So those online exams will be available to students come the fall. Now, there isn't much more information about the specifics on this at the moment, so our advice to you is this: focus on what you can know and what you can do. Right now, you can figure out your best test date, and you can, or can very soon, register for that new date, and you can prep with a durable timeline in mind. Now, folks, there's nothing that you could or should be doing that you haven't already done. So take some comfort in that knowledge and remember that college teams themselves understand what you're going through. Folks, they are being flexible just as you are being resilient. Now, If you were able to register for the SAT last week, then please leave us a comment and let us know that process for you here in the comment section on YouTube. And of course, check out our live streams right here on YouTube for interactive and free SAT reviews. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for all of the latest updates about the SAT, the ACT, college admission, and much more. Again, folks, Rob Franek, I'm Editor-in-Chief here at the Princeton Review. Our full team, of course, is rooting for you all the way. I'll be back with you again tomorrow.